I'm going to crack this thing open.
You know how like advent calendars for kids, those chocolates?
Yeah, we got one.
I'm like that with pumpkin pie.
No, it's my first Marvel movie. Everyone's like, oh my god, you got to see a Marvel movie in theaters. So I'm like, okay, I'll go see Spider-Man.
Maybe they should have been in there because I have some opinions on why Georgia is in the playoffs. They should not be in the playoffs.
Oh my god.
Why should
Not
they?
you.
They just lost.
Ha! So I had to get all excited for you. Welcome to the Beer and Sports Podcast. We are part of the Fans Talk Sports Network. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Mugs and Balls, and the Fans Talk Sports Network at Fans Talk Sports Network on, I believe, all the same. We got Facebook, we got YouTube, we have Twitter, we have Twitch. We are in the house on all platforms. So follow us, like, subscribe, do all the dang things. We are around 760 current subscribers on YouTube. We want to get to 1,000 before the draft. We'll get there. No questions asked. We'll definitely get there. Just be a part of that process. So like and subscribe. Be there. And I have... opposite, my good buddy Josh Kimmel, OUS.
Ooh, we got some controversy already in the chat. Anthony wants
What
you to
is popping
disband, join your own, make your own Dallas Cowboys network called the Cowboys Talk Sports Network. I'm just saying this in the chat.
Hold up, I'm confused. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you back. Josh
seriously.
Wingate, how did you come on That's Not Work when you're a Cowboys fan and not start your own Cowboys YouTube channel?
Yeah, dude. What's up, fraud?
Because here's the thing. I'm an equal opportunist. I spread my knowledge to all. And I'm enlightening you guys.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. My wife is a Dolphins fan. I got
Yeah, he's a Dolphins fan.
Dolphins hat right here. Like,
It's a girl's hat, but it's okay. Hey, look, Anthony, the thing is we support all of football. I am a Dolphins fan because I'm welcome here. I'm one of you, one of us. Josh is an outsider, and we like to welcome on in, bring this Dolphins fan. Maybe we'll convert him later. Who knows? Who knows? Right? Like,
maybe. Not.
yeah, maybe. All right. But yes, this is a big show tonight because I think we're going to be talking about the greatest athlete that ever lived. That Anthony Richardson kid, like the number one player of all time. Give him in the Hall of Fame now. Give him the gold jacket. He's Mr. Perfect.
This is the crazy thing, Anthony. I am one of the most humble people you'll ever meet. I tell you how I truly feel, and people, I guess, are taking that as arrogance. Yeah.
You're very arrogant.
I'm the most humble person in the world. What are you talking about?
Very arrogant. You're like, I remember when we first met over in Mobile.
I am a man of the people.
You're like, Josh, we're going here because I said so, and I'm running this show. I'm like,
yep.
All right, buddy.
Sure did.
Right.
Yeah, because that's exactly how it went. Oh, what are we doing? And then I had to take the lead. I had to cook breakfast for everybody every morning.
Yeah, you're just a narcissist. That's all I can say. All right, let's get into some football news, man. Hey, I just saw this, by the way. I know we didn't talk about this in the rundown. I want to know if you knew this. According to Dove Kleeman, NFL, this guy right here, the Bears have made a decision to keep Justin Fields and trade the number one overall pick.
Whoa.
This was like 11 hours ago, so I've not been on Twitter all day.
That's so crazy. I can't imagine that.
No, that's a dumb move. I think it's
a dumb move.
I think it's horrific. I think it's a horrific move. I was looking. I did my.
Who you gonna get? Who you gonna go get? That's going to be better than Justin Fields and the potential haul you're going to get for trading that first round pick. No. There's no value that's going to equal that.
I just don't think Justin Fields is that guy. And I was looking, like I said before you interrupted me, you narcissist. I was doing my fantasy show last night on this very network. You can catch me there every Sunday night, 8 p.m.
Shameless plug.
I was over there with Dave Steger and Dirtbag Dave. We were breaking down the quarterbacks, and we didn't bring up Justin Fields, but when I was doing my research, he is god awful.
Awful for fantasy?
Well, for fantasy, he's fine for that 9-game stretch, but you got to look at the teams he played. I don't want to go through it. I'm going to save that for my fantasy show. He did not play good defenses in that run.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Played the Cowboys.
They also played Detroit and Miami. a couple times. Detroit a couple times. All right. He was god awful. He can't make a throw, and I don't want to hear this excuse of he has nobody. That's bullshit. He had Mooney. He had Chase Claypool for a time. You're sitting there with Daniel Jones, who just is came off a playoff win, making throws to, like I said, Richie James and all these other bums out there. Justin Fields was ass, like beyond ass, like unreal through the air. You can't rely on that as a quarterback to win you playoff games and get to the playoffs. There's no way.
So here's my question. At what point in football society do we say a player can't have 3 to 4 years to develop?
Do you know what's funny? I was thinking about that because it used to be draft a guy, sit him, he plays the next year. And then all of a sudden it became he has to start now. And I was trying to kind of pinpoint where that started and who that started with. I'm like, who was it? Was it the guy in Cincinnati? The guy who it wasn't Carson Palmer.
No,
it was a little bit. It was a little bit after him, and I think it was around the Matt Ryan era, where Matt Ryan's first throw ever, 80-yard touchdown, and all of a sudden, I think that's when it started kicking off. The rookies need to start that year. I think it started with Matt Ryan. I was thinking about it because I remember that play specifically. I'm like, damn, Matty Ice I just saw him play in some bullshit bowl game.
Yeah.
That's back when I used to watch college football religiously.
From Boston College.
Yes, from BC. I used to watch, dude, you would have loved me back then because I knew all these players. I fucking had all the time in the world. Now I have kids, so I can't watch college football.
Feel you on that one.
But I feel like he was the one that started the trend. I really do.
So Anthony in here, we'll put his comment up here because I've been lacking at doing that. What scares me about the whole Anthony Richardson situation? Delusional fans are going to start comparing him to Bo Jackson because of performance at the combine. I don't know if we'll compare him to Bo Jackson, but we will say that he is an elite talent as an athlete. He definitely has that. I don't think we learned anything new from the combine that we did not already know about Anthony Richardson. I don't know about you, Kimmel. Did you learn anything new? I know you probably have seen a little bit of him being from Florida and all. Going to is it the Gasparilla Bowl?
I did not go to the Gasparilla Bowl. I went there last year.
Yeah.
And he played, yeah. But here's the thing, Josh. I did not learn anything new about him. And I honestly, I know a lot of people, maybe Anthony cares about this whole combine freak scores. Did you see? Neither do I. But thank you for joining us, California. I like California too. Did you see the whole all-time quarterback relative athletic score, like the all-time list in Richardson's number 1? Did you see that list?
I did not know.
I'll go through the all-time quarterback relative athletic score, the RAS as they call it. Starting at number 1, Anthony Richardson got the number 1. He's the best athlete of all time. Cool. He's going to be.
I can see that.
All right, cool. Cam Newton 2. Okay. Yes, Cam Newton is an MVP in my opinion, a Hall of Famer. Dante Culpepper had a couple good years. Marcus Mariota, a very good quarterback, serviceable. Then we start getting, and these are all in the 9.96s. Josh McCown, Tyree Jackson, Zach Conk, whoever, Blaine Gabbert, Brett Hundley, Robert Griffin III, Quentin Porter, Dominique Davis, Andrew Luck, Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow. There's about 3 good quarterbacks in this list. Who gives a fuck about this stupid score? Who gives a fuck? That's all I got to say. Just because you're athletic doesn't mean just.
Do you want me to do it?
Out,
I don't think you're aware of this.
I'm not. Why?
Do you want me to pull up my scouting report?
No. All I know is I want to read Anthony because Kimmel and Wingate. Yes, I saw that list. I don't give a crap. His tape doesn't show all of that. I don't get excited about people working out.
Oh, I don't know. His tape is very athletic. You see it on there. You see he's a big dude. He has a smaller. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to be that narcissist that I am, and I'm going to throw this up there. Just for me.
Are we doing what are we doing? Oh, we're doing some screenshots. Look at us. Next level. ESPN, here we come.
So this is my scouting report here on Anthony Richardson. 6'4", 231. 54% winning percentage. Not good. He was a captain. I watched the Georgia 21-22 film, USF 22, and LSU game. Hey, what do you know? There's a guy from Georgia that's in trouble right now, and I know someone died in that matter. But Anthony Richardson was speeding over 100 miles per hour. We're not talking about it right now. He just wasn't racing someone who doing the same thing. I have him as first round grade. But if you look down here, I said overall Richardson has some very encouraging abilities that a team can fall in love with. For example, his arm strength and his ability to run. When I eliminated his ability to run the football, he grades out as a third round prospect or a productive backup with the ability to become a starter. That is ultimately what I wanted to show, because you can take all his metrics and everything like that. You can see how far he can throw the ball, and it doesn't matter if he can't play the quarterback position. And that's what we're looking at. Had to put us back on stage.
Well, I like that your little review. I liked your little rundown. It was really well written, well spoken. Congratulations, Josh. He just wants applause. Everyone in the chat, give us a thumbs up for that one. Good job, Josh. No, look, it was great. But I feel like he can succeed in the NFL. And I know this isn't what the original question was, but there is a landing spot, a specific landing spot that I want to see him go to, which we can transition into the re-signings today and the signings of Derek Carr and Geno Smith. Geno Smith got that 3-year extension for $105 million. Seattle's up there. They can take a quarterback. Pete Carroll even said, it's not beyond the realm of reality. We can take a quarterback here. That's a perfect spot for him. Sit behind Geno right there. You got elite talent already and in that offense ready to go with an elite, offensive mind, Pete Carroll. I love everything about this situation. If that happens.
Yeah, I think so too, because you have, where are they sitting at? They're sitting at number 5 right now with their draft pick.
Happen.
It definitely could happen. I don't think he makes it inside the top 10, to be honest with you. I think he is draft Twitter's favorite guy right now because of his measurables, and that's who everyone's going to talk about. Because what if he does turn out to be that quarterback? And there's going to be NFL GMs and coaches that are like, well, what if? What if we miss out on the next Mahomes? He's nowhere close to what Mahomes was as a prospect. But I think that would be a very good spot. Maybe a trade back, gather some picks, and then go take him. You might take him at 5. I don't know. But
dude, we saw Trey Lance get taken that are pretty high, right? Teams are quarterback hungry these days.
I think, and this is the fact, I personally think he is a better prospect than Trey Lance. So we could very well see him taken within the top 5. But I do think, oh my goodness, I do think that he is a good prospect to land in Seattle because the veteran quarterback you have who's learned a lot throughout his time, a lot of knowledge to pass on to Anthony Richardson.
So we talked about Geno last night on my fantasy show again. Shameless plug, Sunday nights. Geno had one of the most magnificent years. If you actually break down the numbers, and Killa killed it, right? It took a long time, but he finally got the bag. Good for Geno. Yes, 3 years, 105.
Yeah,
he had a phenomenal year. By far the best of his career. But if you actually break down the numbers and you look I went to Player Profiler and I saw he had the number 1 danger plays in the NFL, the most interceptable passes in the NFL.
Yeah.
He, and I referenced this, Harry Potter fans out there, he had one of them Felix Felicis potions where it just gives you good luck forever. And nobody gets
okay, buddy, we know you're at Hogwarts every night. We know you're playing.
Night. And I'm never leaving, baby. 92% completion. I'm almost there. But no, the thing is he was everything broke right for Geno. Everything. If you look at the advanced numbers, he was top 10 in a lot of categories. That includes the bad ones too. I want to see him again repeat what he did because I think Geno was great there. Me and you both on our preview show thought the Seattle was going to be trash. Yeah. We thought it. We're
no one knew Geno would develop into the quarterback that he was. He's not a great quarterback by any means. No. He's not going to go and win you games single-handedly, but he's a good distributor. At least last year he didn't turn the ball over like you would expect. He made better decisions last year than he would in the past.
And that division is very winnable for them because look at the Rams. They're blowing themselves up right now. Arizona's not they're just Arizona, right? They're never going to be good.
Yeah, but what about that other team?
Yeah, well, there's that other team, but come on, when they play, it's a very, very that. Come on, man, we know. The Dallas has their one team that they always struggle against. I'm not saying the 49ers in Seattle they have that, but when they play, it's close. It's not very a blowout. And I do believe that Seattle has pieces to win. I'm not saying win the division, but it's a very good division to come in second and maybe make the playoffs again. Why not?
So we got Anthony over here. Do you fear that Geno was just successful because of the system? He might be just a system quarterback, and his fantasy performance won't happen again.
The Felix Felicius is real. And that's
why
he was.
What is that? No one knows what you're talking about. Last night you said it, no one knew. Tonight you say it, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
It's the potion that Harry Potter drank.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
The Half-Blood Prince, when he tries to get the last memory out of his professor's head to figure out the Horcruxes.
Did you just get to that point in the game?
No.
Okay.
I beat the game forever ago. Come on, Josh. Come on. All right. Back to Geno. Are you worried about Geno? Look. How do I read Harry Potter? You go to the library. It's right down.
There's something called Amazon. There's also audiobooks. You don't have to read. What is this reading thing that people talk about?
Anthony, Peacock is like $8 a month. All the Harry Potters are on there. The Peacock, and they're commercial free. So there you go. Oh hell yeah, Anthony! Let's go. See, Anthony, comment in the chat right here down below. Which potion of Harry Potter's would you want the most? Felix's, which is the infinite luck, or the one that changes you, the polygen potion where you can change into someone else. Which one would you rather have? Comment in the chat.
I mean, it's obviously that last one. I don't even know. It's obviously the last one. It's obviously the last one.
Just fuck with you guys. All right, Geno. Geno question.
Skelly.
Okay. You see, I would want the Felix one because you're never gonna lose. Like, I can go to, for example, I love Selena Gomez, right? I just am in love with that woman. I could drink that potion. Hey, Selena, I can DM her. Hey, Selena, do you want to go on a date tomorrow? Because of my luck, because of the potion, she'll say yes. Like, fuck yeah, I'm in with that. I don't care if it only lasts like a day. Like, that's the best thing ever, right? Like,
it's obviously because then
Vegas,
you could
go to Vegas, do the biggest parlay ever.
Whew, the last one you said, I don't know what it is. Shoo, I'm Justin Bieber. Hey, Selena, what's up?
What does that mean? What does that mean, Justin Bieber? What does he have to do with it?
There's this whole Haley Bieber Selena thing going on. Like,
I don't know that. Look, I don't watch TMZ. I'm not in the news. I just know Selena Gomez.
I have a wife, okay? I have a wife.
And I would leave her for Selena Gomez. All right, let's go on to Geno. Performance happening again. Yep. Look, as long as he's in the same system, it's not like a running back where, like the Josh Jacobs argument, where I don't think he's going to repeat what he did. There's just no way in hell. Quarterbacks, if they're in that system and they feel comfortable and they maintain the same chemistry with their receivers, with their offense, with their offensive coordinator, I do feel like he'll be successful again. Will we see a downfall, like a little bit of dip? Possibly, but not so much. I don't think Geno's going to fall that far.
And here's another thing. I love Charles Cross, their left tackle. He had kind of a rough year last year. I think we'll see him be a better left tackle than he was last year. And so his blind side would be better protected next year. So I think you'll ultimately see better performance around him, which will lead to maybe a better performance or equal performance going into the year.
So what do you think about Derek Carr, man?
I think so. This is what Derek Carr signing with New Orleans says to me. Aaron Rodgers is going to the Jets. That's 100% what that said to me, because it's been well known that Derek Carr's top spot was New York. But New York was holding out because they didn't know what Aaron Rodgers was going to do. Why didn't Derek Carr hang on a little longer? He might have been able to get a little more money out of the situation, unless the Jets came to him and said, sorry, we're out. We're going to go get Aaron Rodgers.
What it says to me is that is one of the reasons. Like, you stole that from me, but another reason is, well, look at the situation. Like, I saw someone say, like, why does nobody go to Carolina? Like, why is it this team? Why is it that team? Why is it never Carolina? I feel like the Jets have a very good team, but I feel like New Orleans is one quarterback away and maybe one playmaker away from being a contender, especially in that division, which is so bad. Look at the quarterbacks this right now. Derek Carr is number one in the division. Then you have who's after that? Like Desmond Ritter? No. Who's in Carolina? Nobody knows. Kyle Trask. You already put yourself the top dog at the division. Best spot to win.
Here's my thing. Are we truly considering New Jersey cold weather?
What degree
it's
is
not,
it?
It's not like Green Bay is cold weather.
What degree is it where you're at right now? Because all day it was like 85 and I was freaking sweating all day.
It's 44 degrees here.
That's cold. So yeah.
Not to Aaron Rodgers right now. He's been spending the last 12, 15 years of his life in Green Bay.
I'm with Anthony too. I don't see him in New York. I just can't see that. I just don't want to see that. I feel like Vegas is a more likely outcome.
I don't think he wants to be there with the coach. I don't think that would be a good mesh at all. I really don't.
New York. I don't think New York would be a good mesh either. You know how much that media, like he doesn't want to be in. Like the media attention alone, right there would.
He could win in New York.
Could he though?
I don't think he could win in L.A. or Vegas. He could win in New York. They have a good defense. They have good weapons around him. They have a good run game. They have a good offensive line. He could win very easily. He could be that difference maker that puts them over the top. He's in. You guys are going to hate me. He's in a weaker division, and he could eventually win. What's going on with Buffalo right now? Is Buffalo on a decline, or are they just going to sky up? We don't know what's going on with Josh Allen.
I feel like Buffalo's treading water. Like they're just going to be that one team that's really good. All like they're going to be. Remember in the glory days of the Dolphins, like was Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor? They were so good, but they just weren't that good. I feel like that's Buffalo. They're just going to be so good. They're just never going to be that good. And I believe like the Chiefs run that conference. Like they're the new Patriots, like I said. So what do you think about him to the 49ers? I don't think it's a possibility. I don't think it's even remotely a chance. That why would they? They have two good quarterbacks that they think they can win with. I don't see them moving on from those guys, especially if they're on a rookie year, like a rookie deal, Trey Lance, and a rookie deal, Brock Purdy, over paying Aaron Rodgers $5 bajillion. It's not happening. I think Aaron Rodgers will stay in Green Bay.
Yeah, either that retire, but that makes me think that
I'm
just saying. I'm not saying that he's 100% going to go to the Jets, but why, if that was his top spot, was New York for Derek Carr? Why automatically did he say, never mind, I'm going to go to New Orleans?
Maybe we don't know. Maybe it's not Rodgers. Maybe it's Lamar. We don't know. We don't know anything. That's the wonderful thing about this, and we'll find out soon. But I feel like for Derek Carr, the best path to win, and that's what you play the game for, to win, is in New Orleans. That's the best spot for him to win. I feel like it's an easier path, weaker conference. You get away from Mahomes, you get away from Josh Allen, you get away from Burrow. You have an easier path to. If I'm a quarterback, I want to go to the NFC. There's no way I want to go up there and play with the big boys. I'm okay with JV, and then I'll deal with the varsity team in the Super Bowl. I'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
But right now, I'll go play JV in NFC
until Aaron Rodgers decides to go to Tampa Bay, and then we're looking at a better team in Tampa Bay than he had it in Green Bay.
Let's be real. Tampa Bay's not getting him. But let's be real. Like, Aaron Rodgers isn't Aaron Rodgers anymore. He's just Aaron Rodgers.
Is he not? Or did he just not have the weapons around him to be Aaron Rodgers?
I don't want to hear that. Mahomes didn't have the fucking weapons, man. I'm so sick of hearing about weapons. I'm so over it. I really am.
Weapons do matter, though.
Then tell Patrick Mahomes that. Tell Tom Brady that his entire career. Tell the greats that. Tell the greats that.
He did have weapons. He had Rob Gronkowski. He had
but he was throwing at
Wes
Deion
Welker.
Branch. He was throwing at
Deion Branch is not like
okay,
no one to not write home about. He's a good receiver.
He
had really good slot receivers, and he had really good tight ends. He didn't have people, and he also had this guy might be going down as the best receiver of all time, Randy Moss.
Aaron Rodgers, if we want to go to the Hall of Fame, we can go through it all. We can go Jordy Nelson's. We can go through all the guys he's had throughout his career, all of them. Now he's finally faced with adversity and he can't step up. That's a Rodgers problem. He's finally facing this adversity, which every quarterback has to go through eventually, and he couldn't step up to it. That's a fact. That every time he lost Adams in real life, like before Adams left, every time his star receiver went down, even the Jordy year, when Jordy went down, he struggled. I know this because I rostered him in fantasy for years. Every time his main star goes away, he goes away. That's just a fact of Aaron Rodgers. Go look at the numbers.
Go look at the numbers.
It's a fact. I love Rodgers, and that's coming from a person that loves. I love Rodgers, and that's just a fact.
I'm just not ready to write off Aaron Rodgers over 1 year. I'm not. Aaron Rodgers is still that guy. Yeah, he hasn't been able to go to the Super Bowl as many times as people anticipate. That's a team accomplishment, not just an Aaron Rodgers accomplishment. I'm just not ready to write him off. Just like I'm not ready to anoint Jalen Hurts as a top 5 quarterback in this league. I'm not. You need more than 1 year of production to either fall off or get anointed. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, Anthony, I agree with you there. Like that whole, I don't know. We're not there. We're not there. We don't know the whole situation. We just don't. And I hate to comment on stuff like that because I don't want to sound more ignorant than I already do sound. We don't know what's going on there. Rodgers might be a piece of shit. I don't know. I love the guy. The GM might be a fucking idiot. Who knows?
He goes to dark rooms. Like, who does that?
I would love to do that.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. What is it? What's the dark room? I'm in.
You literally, for, I think, 48 to 72 hours, you are literally in a room of nothing but pitch black. Can't see nothing.
I don't know if I could do that, but I'd be down.
Would you?
Yeah, I really would. I like stuff like that. Like, I can go days without talking to people. Days. I love it. I don't want to be friends.
Yeah, I think I could do that, but at the same time, as my wife is yelling at my daughter right now,
so you can get away. You can get away from that for 3 days, right?
I would never want to get away from that. What are you talking about?
Pat McAfee, general manager.
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, Anthony, isn't that life? We all go to our general managers. We all go to our bosses. We all get ignored. It's just life. It sucks.
So we talked about Derek Carr getting the 4 years, $150 million, 100 of a guarantee. Geno Smith getting the 3 years, $105 million. You mentioned earlier in our little chat, you think they're going to get Anthony Richardson. Perfect fit there. Great. There are also some players that are out and about that are on trade rumors. Jalen Ramsey, DeAndre Hopkins, and Arizona has said they want to get a second-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. Allen Robertson, you mentioned earlier today, he's on the trade block. And then Derrick Henry as well. And potential connection there to Miami, we don't know. What are your thoughts? And do you think that Arizona could get a second-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins? And what do you think the value of Derrick Henry is right now?
When Hopkins play. So here's the thing about my Hopkins. You want to bring up your little screenshot or your little report. I had one on Hopkins last year where he was very ineffective the year before.
Yep.
Very ineffective the year before. Then he got suspended. And I'm thinking, oh, this guy's Hollywood Brown's going to go in there, demand targets. Hollywood Brown's going to be the alpha. We never got to see that, and we never got to see him not be the alpha because he got hurt as soon as DeAndre Hopkins came back. And Hopkins lit it up. Hopkins was the best receiver in the NFL at one point last year. He really was. He was untouchable. I think his value is whatever somebody's willing to pay. Whether it be a second round.
31-year-old wide receiver?
He's about to be 31. Is he worth a second? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Will someone pay for him if they really need him? Probably.
If you just look at the numbers, he hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiving year.
But come on, but his pace was phenomenal last year.
I get it. But you just look at the numbers, hasn't had 1,000 yards in 2 years.
Like
was suspended last year. That drops his value.
I don't know if that drops his
he was
value.
suspended for what? PEDs?
That doesn't drop his value to me. That makes his value. It's 6 less games.
PEDs?
Yeah, 6 less games under his
belt. So that drops his value in your opinion. I don't know if he's a second round guy. I think maybe you can get a fourth round, late third round for him. I don't see that second round pick for him just because of his age.
Yo, you're going to hate on Hopkins? He had 717 yards in like 10 games.
I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying I think his value has dropped. He's an almost 31-year-old receiver.
Dude, 9 games, he outperformed Juju's whole season.
Okay, that's Juju.
I'm just
Juju
saying. I just
literally
off the top
was
of my
not
head.
signed after the draft, right?
Oh, off the top of my head. You got a commercial
So-
plan? I hate freaking ESPN.
But yeah. And as far as Derrick Henry, where do you think Derrick Henry's value is? Do you think he's an option for Miami? Do you
No.
think he's a fit in Miami?
No. I don't think he's an option. I don't think he's a fit. I don't think it should be even spoken about. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys want him in Miami. I don't know. I see no value in a running back coming. Like, how old is this guy? How many miles does
29,
this guy
30?
have? How often do we see a 29, 30-year-old running back succeed?
Especially
often?
someone that tall, that much of beating.
Yes.
I'd be a little worried. I don't know if I can give up much value for Derrick Henry.
I wouldn't give up much value at all for Derrick Henry. Maybe.
Maybe I would give up a pick outside of the top 100 possibly for him. Probably a fifth would be about the pick that I'm thinking.
I just don't understand why Miami's in the talks. I don't.
Because they don't have a running back, and
Of course
any
they
running
don't.
back that's available, they're gonna connect to him.
But it doesn't make sense. You could probably you can get Alexander Madison for cheaper. I'd much rather have that guy. Like, there's so many better options out there.
Probably get
Trading
Miles Sanders for cheaper.
Yeah, Miles Sanders. Like, there's so many good options out there, way cheaper. It's like, why would we do this? Why would we
Yeah.
do this?
And you don't have to give up a draft pick for him.
Why would I go to 5 guys if I can go to Mickey D's? That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I don't know if
Do you have
that's.
5 guys? Do you have 5 guys?
I
up
don't
there?
know if that's the best
Wait,
analogy.
hold on. What's the chicken place you guys like? Raising Cane's? Why go to Raising Cane's?
I would go to Raising Cane's 110% out of all the opportunities. Are you kidding me right now?
That's the question.
What's your spot in Florida that you like?
PDQ, bro. PDQ.
Oh yeah,
all
that
the
place
way.
is so bad.
You're so bad. You're so bad.
And my analysis of, was it PDQ or PD?
You said it was like if
If a white person decided I'm going to create a Raising Cane's, there is no seasoning to that food.
I don't use seasoning on my food. Food is fuel, not enjoyable.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's so enjoyable.
do you guys think the Dolphins will sign a veteran linebacker like Wagner, David, or draft Jack Campbell?
I don't think any of those are an option. I don't think.
Get him out. Get Anthony out. Says PDQ's overrated.
Yeah, there you go. Anthony's actually agreeing with me with 1 point. So I think Wagner's probably. I don't know. Wagner might be a good option. I don't think he's going to request the money that you would think he is. He might be a good veteran option. I don't think Levante David is going to be the guy that you'd sign. Jack Campbell, from what I'm hearing, because I haven't been able to evaluate him yet, I think he might be a first-round pick, and we know that Miami does not have one. So I'm fortunate for that. I don't see it being an option. Bad
times. So, did you ask me about Allen Robinson yet? Because his trade value is McDonald's. Yeah. I thought he was going to be good, and I thought he was going to be awesome, and he just was the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Useless. What do you think it was? Scheme? Do you think it was injury? Do you think it was not picking up the playbook fast enough? Because it just doesn't make sense how he just was never out there and never making plays. It was either like he just didn't have the chemistry with Matthew Stafford. We thought, at least I thought he was going to have. It was probably one of the worst signings besides Kenny Galladay ever. He did nothing for them.
Worst signings ever. I don't know
it's one of the worst signings ever. I would say that. It's one of the worst signings ever. Because that money could have went somewhere else, different position. You saw that.
Are we including that with like trades or just signings?
Signings. Why would I?
Okay, because I would say the Roy Williams trade that Dallas did years ago was the worst trade ever, and potential addition to a team because you gave up a first-round pick and got literally McDonald's value out of them. So.
PDQ's so good.
It's not. Raising Cane's is way better in terms of the chicken tenders, 100%. Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Raising Cane's is so good. But I will say,
I'm having PDQ on the show. Live eat. Dude, that's a sponsor of us. We can get a sponsor. They liked one of my tweets one time.
Yeah, they did. I don't want to be sponsored by mediocrity. I want to be sponsored by greatness, and that is Raising Cane's. So, Raising Cane's, if you want to sponsor the Beer and Sports Podcast, we are here, and we honor you for how great you are and the delicious flavor that you have on your
Anthony,
juicy
where's the
tenders.
Raising Cane's at? Where's one at? Are you in Tampa? I don't see one ever. Like, there's not. We don't have them. That's why we literally don't have them.
I'm telling you, you watched me when we went to the Senior Bowl, and I bit into that first tender. It was like,
No, it wasn't
like
it wasn't that good.
I saw God that day.
I just couldn't. I couldn't stop thinking about the dry, non-flavored chicken tender over at PDQ. I really couldn't stop thinking about that because I know for a fact that's not processed chicken and that's healthy.
It's fuel.
And then you're eating this just sodium
Delicious.
intake.
Delicious chicken tender of Raising Cane. So anyway, where do you think? Let's say, where do you think Allen Robinson does he get traded, or do you think he doesn't?
I just don't see who.
What would be a good
trade
landing spot for him?
Like, I just don't see where his value is at all. He hasn't shown anything in about 2 to 3 years. He doesn't make anyone. He doesn't make. I'd rather have DJ Chark, right? You'd rather have DJ Chark. He doesn't make you go, wow, we have Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no evidence to show you that this guy can spark your offense. So therefore, he has zero value. I don't see him. There's no way. There's no way. It'd be like saying the Giants are open to trading Kenny Golladay. Yeah, no shit. No shit.
So with that being said, Anthony just mentioned something. For you guys, what is scarier for the Chiefs to get Mike Evans or the Bills to get Mike Evans? Tune in next week, 12 noon Eastern. We are going to have Ben Albright on, and he has actually mentioned whether or not he thinks Mike Evans is going to be traded or not. So we will be going live at noon next Monday. What is it, March 13th? So stay tuned for that.
So to answer the guy's question, Anthony,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it'd be scarier to see him, obviously.
Yeah, with the Chiefs.
Honestly, with Buffalo.
No.
But here's what scarier, as in we're on part of the Fins Talk Sports Network, and then you would have to face against Mike Evans twice a year, and on top of that, it's Diggs and Evans over there in Kansas City. It's kind of just Evans. Which
Yeah.
I love Evans. I do love Evans.
Evans
and
made Johnny Manziel a draftable first round prospect.
Yes. He was my number one rookie receiver coming out of that draft. He was my favorite player in that draft, offensive wise. The thing is, he's not the same Mike Evans, and he's hurt all the time, and he's literally on a broken hamstring every single game. Trust me, I'm here. I live in Tampa. I have to deal with this every single day. The guy's phenomenal. I hope he doesn't leave. I don't like the Bucs. I'm not a Bucs fan, but just what he does for the community and for the fans, and he loves this place. I don't want to see him go. But if he had, I'd be more afraid in Buffalo. I really would.
I think it would be a scary combination to have someone that can throw the deep ball like.
But Evans doesn't have that
Mahomes.
speed. He doesn't have that speed anymore.
It doesn't matter. He can still jump up and get the ball. That's
That'd be
his
sick.
value.
That'd
That's
be
been
sick.
his value since he's been a rookie.
Yes, I love
his
it.
jump ball
Evans,
is on point with Larry Fitzgerald's jump ball.
He's the number. If there was a Hall of Fame for offensive pass interference not getting called, it'd be him. He does it every play. He is never not offensive pass interference. It's insane how he never gets called for that. Him and Brady made the perfect combination.
So we have 6-7 minutes left in the show. Let's get a little bit more deeper into the combine.
Hold on. Question.
Yeah.
I know you're going to say Randy Moss. I really know this already. But you give Randy Moss and Tom Brady an entire career together, or Randy Moss and Mike Evans. Who has more? Who? You have Mike Evans and Tom Brady for their entire career, or you give Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Now, hold on. Listen, hear me out.
I'm so confused right now.
You fucking give Tom Brady fucking Randy Moss's entire career. You give fucking Tom Brady Mike Evans' entire career.
Okay. That's the first time you actually said that.
No, I did not say that. I said it right the right time. Who has a better I know you're gonna say Randy Moss, but think about this. Who has the better career overall? Like, who has the better Super Bowls, more touchdowns, more yards, all that? Who has the most?
Now, Are you getting Randy Moss who cares his entire career, or are you getting
You're getting the
Randy Moss's
full
career?
fucking career. You're getting the full ups and
So
downs.
you're getting
of that
Randy
kind of
Moss
person.
who gives up halfway through his career and
He could
doesn't
if he's
care.
not- he could if he's upset. That's what I'm saying. It's like an RPG, like a whole new path.
It's Randy Moss.
I know it is, but I think Mike Evans, he's breaking all the records. Like he's longevity. He doesn't have those up and down. I feel like him and Evans would vibe their entire career. Where I feel like Randy Moss and Brady would eventually have that like Tyreek Mahomes syndrome, where one thinks they're bigger than the other. Where I feel like Mike Evans always knows his place. He's always taking the lower money. He's always taking budget cuts. He's always restructuring. Whereas he's more of a team player. Whereas Moss is more of a me player, and they would have butt heads. I'm taking Mike Evans. That's it.
I'm taking Randy Moss.
I know, because you're not looking at the outside characters situation. What about Antonio Brown? What about Antonio Brown and Randy Moss?
I'm taking Randy Moss.
What about Terrell Owens?
I'm taking Randy Moss.
Terrell Owens is a better receiver.
There might be one receiver that I'd take over Randy Moss.
Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, that's the only guy. You can throw Jerry Rice all you want in my face. I am taking, if I'm building a team, I am taking Randy Moss over Jerry Rice 10 times out of 10. That's just
so am I. I'm
Okay.
too. Calvin Johnson is one of the best.
Then why did you say Mike Evans? So that's not 10 times out of 10 on any scenario.
Well, because I'm going to take Calvin Johnson over Mike Evans in that situation.
Well, I'm taking Jerry Rice over Mike Evans.
You're dumb. I think Mike Evans is. You guys all. You know why you guys
I love Mike Evans.
You guys want to know why you underrate Mike Evans? Because he played in Tampa.
I don't underrate him. We are comparing him to all-time greats. I am going to take him.
Great. He's a Hall of Famer. He's an all-time great. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame.
We are comparing him to 1-2 receivers all time. He is not there. Is he a top 10 receiver? I don't know if he's a top 10 receiver. He might be in that 10 to 20, but we're comparing him to Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. He is nowhere close.
He's getting up
to either of them.
Status. I'll tell you that right now. He has a ring.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a ring. Hey, why?
That's a
why
team.
Hold up.
Why
does it matter with quarterbacks?
What did you say something last week about this?
Yeah, exactly. I'm throwing it back in your face.
It doesn't matter for quarterbacks, in my opinion. For the Hall of Fame, voters think it does. It is a team accomplishment. I have sat on that hill for years after years.
Sat on the hill.
I've been sitting. I'm still sitting on that hill. Just arms crossed.
I built the hill.
Crisscross applesauce, just waiting. So, okay. I'm sure you did not watch. I think he's closer to Hines Ward. Ooh.
Look, I'm not talking about like play style. I'm just talking about like in the.
He's not Hines Ward's play style.
I'm talking about legacy. No, I'm talking about legacy. Like he's going to be a top. I do think in the end of the day, Mike Evans underrated, but still top 10 of all time, or better. I really do. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's fine.
I would have to start making a list. I don't know where I put him, but
I mean, just this longevity.
I would think 10 to 20 would be my range.
The consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, which he broke that record. The guy is just a super stud. Plays through injuries. I just love Mike Evans. That's all. Oh, he's better than my Hines Ward, dude. he's light years ahead of Hines Ward, buddy. Like, I'm sorry, Hines Ward never. How many 1,000-yard seasons does Hines Ward have?
So we have a minute left. Who from the combine caught your eye, just based off what they did?
You know what? I'm glad you asked this because I don't know his name. And excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not like some defensive freak. I'm a fantasy guy. There's this defensive end or edge rusher who was really, really mad that he didn't run a faster 40 time, and he was super fast. I just loved his character. When they were interviewing him on the sidelines, I forgot who the freak it was though, but he was super fast. He ran a faster 40 than Hopkins. He ran a faster 40 than Diggs. And he was still upset about his 40 time. Does anyone know his name? Anyone in the chat? That guy.
Do you know what school he went to?
No, I just know it was first
Byron
day.
Young?
I don't know, the first day of combine. Sorry, guys, I'm not prepared. I didn't know he was going to ask that question. But that guy, and not because of this 40 time, because I think 40 times are useless and we're all wasting our time with that. I feel like his character, the way he...
Nolan Smith. Did he wear glasses?
It could be Nolan Smith.
Georgia.
Could be Nolan Smith. That sounds familiar.
Okay, Georgia edge rusher. You ran the fastest 40.
Nolan Smith. You guys are like, these guys fucking suck. Yeah, that's who it is.
Okay, yeah, Georgia guy. So here's my thing about him. Good character guy. He just never lived up to his potential in Georgia. So I don't know. I think he's going to be overdrafted. So that's my opinion.
Cool. That's not cool.
The guy that, and we're going to jump straight to another Georgia guy. The guy, he's my favorite Georgia player from the last 2 years, Darnell Washington. I think this guy is going to be a complete stud. He's the number 1 tight end in the draft. I would easily take him in the top 20 over Michael Mayer and all of them. He's going to be an absolute freak. He's going to be close to a Rob Gronkowski type at the next level. And that's,
let me ask you a question, because I keep on hearing this Michael Mayer guy, and I know who he is. And in rookie drafts, he's going as like a top 8 pick.
Yeah.
What's his like Pitts? Compare him to Kyle Pitts, because I need a quarterback or tight end in a lot of dynasty leagues, and I don't know where to take this guy. Is he going to be like above Pitts, like in that stature? Like he's going to be so good. Like I need to know.
I think he's going to be below Pitts.
Okay.
He's just a well-rounded overall tight end. Now, that's going to be hard. Fantasy-wise, I don't know if I'm taking early on, if I'm trying to get production, I'm probably taking Darnell Washington because he's a really, really good blocker. He's going to be on the field more, and you can use him as a receiver as well. You know how I feel about blocking players their rookie year. Running backs, tight ends. You're going to block. You're going to find a way on the field, so you're going to get more opportunities to do many things. Use Gesicki for an example. He couldn't block. So every time he was out there, you knew it was going to be a pass play. One. You knew he was going to go out for a route, so you knew you had to cover him. Darnell Washington, you're not sure. Is he going to stay in the block? Is he going to release? You don't know. And that guy's an absolute freak. He 6'6.5", 264 pounds. I believe he ran a 4.65. He's just an absolute freak. So I would grab him, and I believe there's another tight end that people are talking about. Is it Musgraves? Maybe.
I don't know.
Might be him.
I have not dove in. I like to look at. I like to dive into my rookies after the combine, then I start watching some tape. It's just, to me, I don't. And a lot of people like the combine. I think it's just something for people to watch because we're so bored. But I do believe it's not.
I'm going to welcome everyone in. Join our community on Discord. We have, and every Tuesday night, I think around 9:30, we're gonna watch film together. So come join us. Watch film with us, get into the discussions, and learn about these prospects with us. So please come on our Twitter, Mugs and Balls. There is an invite right in our bio that you can click in and join our Discord and join the conversation and join the scouting with us. It's going to be everyone. We're going to try and get everyone from Fins Talk Sports Network in there, but you as well. We would love to have you in there. Okay, so
I'm invited.
Yeah, you are invited, bud. That's the end of our show. Follow us, like, subscribe. Again, we're close to 760, maybe a little over. We're trying to get to 1,000 before the draft. Like and subscribe. Follow us, Mugs and Balls, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Kimmel, what do you have to say?
Look, guys, look. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Albus Dumbledore.